Hey guys, happy June. Most of you know by now, this month of June, we are spending all month long, 30 days long, talking about how to love people and how to build community, maybe in your fitness classes, but maybe just in life in general. And we're excited to talk to you today about a very specific love rule.
That's right. So one way that you guys can love people well and actually not love people well is through eye contact. And so eye contact is crucial. We have found just in teaching our fitness classes and as well as establishing a business culture that eye contact matters.
Yes, it matters so much. And we want to challenge you to think about the way that you guys use eye contact to communicate.
We use our eyes to communicate things all throughout the day. And sometimes we intentionally use our eyes to communicate negative things throughout the day. That's right. So first off, we've got your classic eye roller. If you've ever had someone blatantly roll their eyes in front of you, it's not awesome.
It's not awesome. What about someone who uses their eyes as daggers? Have you ever had someone literally kill you with your eyes? Well, probably not literally, but figuratively, you can sense that in that moment, they have looked at you so intently that you feel like you want to drop dead right then and there.
And then lastly, this is typically used in meetings when someone's rambling or talking too long or you don't agree with what they're saying. It's the I don't care.
I don't care, no pun intended. So those are three ways that you can intentionally communicate something negative with your eyes. But what about ways that you communicate unintentionally with your eyes? Sometimes, because we're moving throughout life at such a fast, busy speed, we become an overlooker. And what that means is that we are literally too distracted or too busy to notice what's happening before us. Especially today with all the technology at our fingertips, phone in hand, it's so easy to become unaware of people who need, want, or desire our attention.
Yeah, and then the second is the look aware. I've been guilty of this. This is, if you see somebody in need or see somebody who needs help, if you just think to yourself, gosh, if I just don't make eye contact, maybe they won't see me walking by them.
Yeah. I know a lot of times, sometimes I'll get on an elevator and there's a stranger there and I don't want to talk to them, and so I just typically look away or I become an overlooker so that I don't have to interact with that person. Okay. So these are some negative ways that you use eye contact throughout your daily life, but we want to encourage you to use eye contact positively, and we're going to talk to you about what those methods are.
So maybe you've been guilty, as we've been guilty, of using eye contact negatively, whether that's unintentionally or intentionally. But we want to encourage you guys to take the month of June to be intentional about your eye contact. Try to figure out ways to use eye contact positively.
That's right. We want you to look for love in all the right places, right? We want you to move about your day, your normal day. We don't want you to awkwardly go on the streets and gaze intently at people around you, but in your normal habitat, in your normal schedule. How can you become super intentional about giving people your eye contact and demonstrating love? Do you have any examples of how they could do that?
I mean, yes. Okay. There's a million examples. I know that you've heard this one a million times, but when you are on your phone talking to somebody, you are not listening to them. You might be an amazing multitasker like me. I have ADD, but that does not give me the excuse to look down at my phone and miss having eye contact with someone when they're in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah, that's good. That's especially at the dinner table. That's a great rule of thumb. Put your phones away. Yeah. Another quick thing is think about the strangers that you meet each and every day. I know I'm at the grocery store all the time, and it's easy for me to run through that checkout counter and just, head down, eyes on my phone, say thanks, and walk out of there. What if you pause for just a second today and look directly into that checker's eyes and say, hey, I appreciate you. Thanks so much. Have a blessed day, and move on. That's a simple way to demonstrate eye contact.
Yeah, and I know a way to look for love is at work. I know that we are creatures of habit and creatures of routine, and your routine might not include people or giving eye contact to people. So I challenge you guys tomorrow or next week to look a coworker in the eye and tell them what they're doing well.
Yeah, it's often difficult to tell people what they're doing well and look at them at the same time. At least it is for me anyway. I'd rather text it to someone or send them an email. But it really makes a huge difference to grab somebody by the face and, get eyeball to eyeball and tell them how great they are. And I'll just speak to moms. You know, we have such an influence in our kids' lives and in our families' lives. And I know it's often hard. We see these people every day and we're so distracted with our schedules that it's hard to stop and pause and look at them in the eyeballs. But if you can make the commitment, even just this week, you know, give yourself a short-term goal. Hey, every day this week before my kids leave the house, I'm grabbing their little noggins, shaking them and saying, I love you so much, and look them in the eyes. As you do that, I think it will really help increase our awareness with what we're communicating with and through eye contact. Anything else?
I think that's it.
We think you guys are great. Look at us. Look at right here. We think you're great. We want you to make intentional eye contact with people that you see, people you know, and people you don't know. That's the greatest expression of love, is to acknowledge someone in your presence. So get out there, look for love.